Let's have a look at 1805, exercise, that's Theta exercise 1805, question 7. This time we're going to do 7o. So I'm going to write that one out. Let's have a look. 7o, and O says, what have we got here? X to the 1/2 times y to the 1/3 all over z to the 3/5. Let's make sure I got that right. Yeah, okay, good. That's good. And that's brackets around the outside. They got square brackets. I'm just going to use curly brackets. To the power of -30. Now, whenever we do this, it's always all of the powers on the inside that are multiplied by the power on the outside. Excuse me. So let's just go ahead and do that straight away. Notice all the bases are different, so we can't do anything in terms of combining any of those powers. But let's see where we end up. So we've got x to the 1/2. Now half, I'll put times -30 over 1. Then I've got a y. That's 1 to the power of 1/3 times -30 over 1. All over z to the 3/5 times -30 over 1. So next line is going to read, I'm going to simplify this lot by saying, let's turn it into just a single vinculum for each of these. So I've got x to the power of -30 over 2, y to the -30 over 3, excuse me, all over z. 3 -30s are -90 over 5. All right. So let's simplify these then. Well, 2 goes into 30 15 times, so it's going to be x to the -15. Y, we're going to have 3 goes into -30 -10 times over z. Sorry about dogs barking and police sirens. 5 goes into -90, 18 times, so it's going to be -18. Now, as I do that, I notice that I've got all negatives on the top and all negatives on the bottom. Well, of course, negatives, if we were going to get rid of those negatives and express these, and as we probably should, with all the indices as positive indices, if possible. So I'm going to create a new line, and well, z to the -18 really is z to the 18 if I write it as a numerator rather than a denominator. Similarly, if I was to write these two numerators with positive indices, x to the -15 becomes x to the +15 if I invert it, if I find its reciprocal, if I place it as a denominator. So this is going to be x to the 15. Same with y. Y to the -10, if I place that, rather than being a numerator, I find its reciprocal, I place it on the bottom. Here it is y to the 10. And now all of the powers are positive indices for everything, and that would be my preferred solution.